I'm sure by now you're used to seeing what used to be my son's nursery. You can see all the cool little decorations that are on the wall. We didn't do that ourselves, so we purchased the house. They were here. So we're going to continue on with our pre-lecture videos. This is the saponification of the fatty acids. So this is the third kit lab. It's your final kit lab. And it's similar to the synthesis of biodiesel. So biodiesel, we were taking vegetable oil and doing a transesterification reaction to make methyl esters. So that's the source of the biodiesel. This time we're going to be doing a saponification reaction, which is a fancy way of saying hydrolysis. So hydrolysis of the triglyceride esters to make the carboxylate salts, which then can turn into soap. So you take the triglyceride fatty acids, and you can do this with any kind of simple ester. You can turn a simple ester back into a carboxylic acid if you use either acid or basic hydrolysis. In this case, we're going to be using basic hydrolysis. And then instead of reprotonating to get the neutral carboxylic acid, we're going to leave as a salt, and that salt of the long chain fatty acid turns out to be soap. So traditionally this is done from animal fats, but you can do this from any kind of fat. So we'll be using vegetable oil again. So you'll get a lot of vegetable oil from the kits that you'll be the kit experiments that you'll be using. So you'll do the experiment. This is going to take a few days, much like the biodiesel. So it's going to be more than one day. Make sure you let the material sit for the periods of time that are described. It's possible that you may have, if you've looked at the videos that we recorded for these experiments, you may have slightly different materials to use. So we had a 250 ml beaker. The experiment requires a 100 ml beaker, and it works just fine either way. Make sure you get everything prepared ahead of time, and find a good place to keep the materials as you let them sit. So keep them out of the way of any children or pets that you may have while those materials are resting, and make sure you clean up afterwards. So you'll be running some tests on the soap that you make, and that will be in comparison to some soap that you have from around the house. So make sure you have most likely a solid soap. That's going to be the easiest thing to do because you're going to have to take a mass of it. So if you have some old bar soap that you're not going to use, you'll just need a little bit of that to run the test in comparison to the soap you're going to make from this experiment.